Hello guys, welcome back to another video. We will be previewing and predicting UFC Dana White's Contender Series week 6, or not week 6, week 3 of season 6. I think last week we did pretty well on predictions, I believe. Some good underdogs that won. I'm not sure who I got correct. Let me look it up real quick. Probably should have had this up beforehand, but yeah, I think we got the first fight correct. Week 2. Yeah, so we had Billy Goff winning, which we did get correct. Waldo Cortez Acosta got it correct. I think Francis Marshall surprised me a lot. Just recapping from last week. Francis Marshall Francis Marshall surprised me quite a bit. He looked very solid out there, very good. Not much to say there. He looked very solid. Definitely is growing as a fighter, which is pretty good to see. So underdog there. I guess I didn't get many right, huh? Salvador won. Underdog there. I didn't choose him, and then Chris Duncan won. I didn't choose him either. I had a really nice parlay going too until Chris Duncan ruined my night. So yeah, sorry. I should probably say the Campbell dude ruined my night. He was just beating the shit out of him until he got knocked out. But anyways, let's get into this prediction video. We have Sandra Lavado versus Karolina Wójcik, I think is the name there. But yeah, Lavado hasn't faced great competition. Her last fight was a win over Sherlyn Sanchez by a decision. She isn't very technical on the feet. Her opponents are pretty much cans, or they're just very low level. She's fights like she's lower level, so I don't put too much on it. But on the feet, she does have some solid calf kicks and okay wrestling. For Karolina, her last fight was a win against Alexandra Grolla. She's very small, smaller arms. I'm not sure what the reach will be like. I assume Lavado will have a bigger reach here. But Karolina does have good pressure. Not much power in her hands, but is a very good volume attacker. She'll pressure Lavado a lot. Isn't too bad on the ground, so I'm assuming she's going to stop those takedowns. I don't see a way where Sandra Lavado wins this fight at all. So yeah, let's move on. I'm picking I picked the wrong person here. I'm picking Karolina Wójcik is this her name, I guess. Yeah, not Lavado. Do not choose Lavado. But yeah, let's move on up the card. We have Clayton Carpenter versus Edgar Cháirez. I think that's how you say his name. Let's hope that's correct. Carpenter, his last fight was a 13-second head kick KO on an LFA. Yeah, it was a pretty nasty KO. Completely made the guy go stiff. Does have some good grappling, very explosive when he strikes, good power, and is a very, very solid prospect. Comes out just throwing hammers. But yeah, very entertaining fighter. For Edgar, his last fight was a win over Ivan Hernandez. Is lengthy and a solid power puncher with some okay grappling, but he will get grappled by Clayton Carpenter in this fight. If Clayton Carpenter does decide to stand up here, this should be a really, really good fight. But he always has a chance to take down Edgar and just submit him there. He's very good on the ground. I think he had 2 KOs, 2 submissions, and 1 decision. Yeah, he's very good. I would not be surprised if he stayed there for maybe like a minute or two, tests out the striking, and then takes him down and just to finish the fight. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Clayton Carpenter for this fight. And yeah, let's move on up the card. Anvar Boynazarov versus Erik Silva. For Boynazarov, Nazarov. Boynazarov. Last fight was a win over John Pham. Solid power puncher, former kickboxer. Good on the feet. Very technical, solid power with good output. Hasn't faced many tough opponents. He is just 3-0. Just compared to Erik Silva, the opponents don't really match up. Silva's last fight was a win over Edgar Cabello. He's around the feet, has some good leg kicks and solid punches, but he just leaves himself super open on the feet. Could just get smacked when he throws a punch. He like turn his head and things like that. It's not really good. Does have some great grappling. His last 4 fights ended by rear naked choke submission, so that's very good for him. I am fully expecting Erik Silva to win this fight. I think he was the champion in Lux is what it is. But yeah, he's a very good fighter. Fought tougher competition. I'm going to take him. I'm surprised the odds are so close here, but I'm going to take Silva here. Next fight up the card, we have Paulo Renato Jr. versus Jamal Pogues. I'm guessing, yeah, Jamal Pogues. It's not hard. Renato, last fight was a win over Gilson Cardozo. Is a good kickboxer and has good power. Only loss was by submission. Pogues, last fight was a win over Tim Hiley. Is a good grappler and will try to clinch immediately with Renato. And I think the grappling will be a big difference here. I don't think Paulo Renato has been tested too hard in the grappling. He does have 1 loss by submission, which is not good, especially fighting someone that's very grapple heavy like Jamal Pogues. Jamal Pogues will immediately go out there and open it with probably some clinch work, and then we'll work his way down and try and grapple Renato. Yeah, that's what I got here. I'm taking Jamal Pogues here. Could submit him, but I could see this going to a decision. Could be very boring, but let's hope for a submission. But yeah, let's move on up the card to our main event of the evening. Zack Borrego versus Nickal. Borrego, his last fight was a win by a decision. A solid wrestler, likes to fight at distance with teeps. Doesn't have crazy power in his hands, but has enough power to TKO someone. On the other hand, Nickal, last fight, yeah, was weird. His last fight was a KO win over John Nolan. Has world-class wrestling. I'm sure you've heard of this prospect before. Most of you guys are very familiar with him if you're looking up this card in general. Has some big KO power. He's a minus 1,600 in this fight, plus 900 for Borrego, which is absolutely insane. But I'm not angry at the odds, really. He's 26 years old, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, has world-class wrestling. I think he's a NCAA champion, if I'm correct there. Technique isn't great on the feet, but he has some insane power. Will absolutely shadow realm you on impact. But yeah, I'm fully expecting Nickal to dust this dude up in the first round. Yeah, Nickal doesn't really even have to use his wrestling ever or much in his fights. He just stand up, just boom, done. But yeah, this is my picks for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Not many crazy underdogs here. Let me scroll through here. I don't think there's any crazy underdogs. I chose Pogues, chose Silva, chose Carpenter, and I chose Karolina Wójcik. So yeah, not any underdogs here. I think these will probably mostly one-sided unless Carpenter fights pretty close, but I think Carpenter's going to pull away with that one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.